Hello everyone, myself I am Raghu. I welcome you all to Checkpoint Firewall courses from Zoom Technologies. So in this particular course, we will be learning about how do we implement network security using Checkpoint firewalls and UTM devices. So before we start our discussion on what is Checkpoint, how does it function, how do we connect and how do we write the policies and all, let us first understand what is network security and why do we need it. So in general, when we speak of security, just as a generic term, security is a sense of protection from any kind of threat or damage. So security is a sense of protection from any kind of threat or damage. So generally when we speak of security of a thing or security of a person, right? So it's just like we are trying to have some kind of protection so that that will not be damaged or destroyed. Now, when we implement the same word security to our networks, so network security is a process of protecting our network resources from any kind of misuse or modifications or unauthorized access. Right. So in terms of network security is a process of protecting our network resources from any kind of unauthorized access, misuse, or modifications to the data or any kind of damage there. Now, why do we actually need security? So to understand this, let me take a simple network as an example. So for an organization, let's say you are the administrator and you are responsible for protecting a network. So now assume in the network you have some servers. You also have few client systems. Now generally every organization would connect their network to internet so that people across different regions or different countries will be able to access the resource. Now let's say you have some web server or email server or whatever is configured on this particular server. The main intention why we are hosting a server is because we want end users, we want people on internet to be able to access this particular resource. So if no one is able to access our resource, no one will be able to know what is our organization, what actually we do. So we will not be able to get communication to any kind of end users and we will not be able to go with the business, right? So every organization, they are hosting a website and they are permitting internet users to access this. Now, not only website, it can be any kind of server. It can be your application server or it can be your FTP, your email, anything, right? But the only problem here is when we generally speak of a very basic network connectivity, here we say to connect your organization's network with internet, all you need is a simple router. Now, we all know router is acting as a gateway. Router will enable multiple networks to communicate with each other. But again, the problem here with a router is router itself is not a security device. Router is not designed to secure or to protect our network resources. Router will only ensure that bidirectional traffic or bidirectional communication is possible. Right. So router says outgoing traffic and incoming traffic will be accepted. But if you have to protect your network, you have to make sure that an unauthorized user will not be able to access your resources or damage them. A router is not really suitable. So here we would need some advanced devices or newer generation devices called firewalls, right? So today, along with firewalls, we are also implementing some new technologies like intrusion prevention system, right? Or we also call it in short as IPS. So in our course, we will see how do we implement this firewall and IPS technology and all using Checkpoint. Now, Checkpoint is considered to be one of the best firewalls in the market, right? And in some ways, Checkpoint is the one who has actually made this firewall technology, right? So let us see what actually a firewall is and why do we actually need it, right? So when you speak of a firewall is protecting our network from intrusion. So as I was explaining earlier, firewall is a security device, right? So it helps us to make sure that our network is secure and attacks would not happen. Now, firewall is always sitting at the junction point between our private network and public network. So when we say private network, this is nothing but the LAN network of our organization. So between our LAN network and public network, which is usually internet, firewall is behaving as a gateway. And firewall will control the traffic between these two networks. So not only sitting between a private and a public network. So it is like this. So we have internet, which is a public network, and we have LAN network, which is a private network. So our firewall is actually here at this point between private network and public network. And firewall is controlling the traffic. Whatever is going out or whatever is coming into our network will be controlled by the firewall. So when you speak of a firewall, it has two actions: deny or permit. So it will either say accept the traffic, let it pass through, or deny the traffic that has to be blocked. It has two actions. So using these two actions, based on some security policies which are defined by the administrator, a firewall is going to control the traffic flow. Now, when you speak of firewalls, we have both hardware firewalls as well as software firewalls, right? And today, if you see, most of the organizations, they are going on with a cloud network infrastructure. So in that case, mostly you'll be deploying a software firewall. But let us say no, you have your own data center in your premises, right? Then you'll be going on with the hardware firewall. So whether it is a hardware or a software firewall, obviously you're going to get the same set of features, same kind of functionality and all, right? Now this is how you have a simple network with a firewall installed. So as I said, this firewall is sitting between internet, which is a public network, and our LAN, which is a private network. So any kind of traffic that is initiated by one of our LAN computer and it is trying to reach something on internet has to pass through firewall. Or any kind of traffic that is initiated from internet and trying to reach one of our LAN computer will again have to pass through the firewall, right? So firewall is a gateway device here. And if you also observe here in the image, I have some other network called demilitarized zone. Now, in short, we also call this as a DMZ network or DMZ zone. Now, DMZ is useful when we are hosting some servers. Now, say, assuming this is my organization's web server and this is my application server, right? So I'm not going to put this web server or application server into the local network. We will keep it into the DMZ. And firewall is also the gateway for this DMZ. So if someone from internet has to access my company's website, even that request has to pass through the firewall. So firewall is the one who is controlling what has to be accepted or what has to be denied to all the resources in our organization's network, whether it is a LAN network system or whether it is a DMZ server. Right. So firewall is a gateway and firewall is the master who controls what kind of traffic is going out or what kind of traffic is coming in. Right. So here, when we speak of firewalls, as I said, we need to write some security policy, and only based on the security policy, firewall is trying to control what kind of traffic is coming in or going out of a network. Security policy is nothing but a permission rule, right? So like how you permit or deny something, right? A security policy is doing the same thing. So you have various names for this thing. You can call them as access control list or ACLs. You can call them as filter policy, or just you can say policy, right? So whatever the name we are using, right, they are nothing but permissions, right? So these are the instructions which we give to firewall, using which traffic will either be allowed or blocked. And a security policy will also ask a firewall to create a log. Now let's say in the previous example where I said if traffic has to pass through firewall from LAN to internet, if I have to write a security policy here, I'll just say write a policy which says if request is coming from LAN network, which is a source, trying to access anything on internet, because I'm not really sure which website or which resource will be requested by the LAN user, right? So I'm saying if destination is anything for HTTP or HTTPS service, permit it, right? When we say permit, it means traffic, whatever is initiated from the LAN computer and trying to reach something on internet. Maybe LAN user is accessing Facebook or Twitter or Google, right? Anything that is related to internet access via HTTP or HTTPS protocol, that has to be accepted. So this is how you are going to write a simple security policy, right? And along with the permission, security policy will also tell the firewall, please create a log. So as an administrator, we will be able to monitor what kind of sessions are being created, which computer from LAN is trying to access what on internet, or from internet who is trying to connect with our DMZ servers for what service, how many number of connections have been established, all that we will be able to check via logs. So here when we speak of the checkpoint firewall, as I said, we are going to implement all these policies and all in checkpoint firewall in our course. Checkpoint is one of the earliest firewall to use something called stateful inspection. So today, all the firewalls that we are using, right, irrespective of the vendor, they are all using a technology called stateful inspection technology. Now, Checkpoint is the one who has actually come up with this concept of stateful inspection technology, right? And there's a reason they are very good in implementing it. They are very good in processing traffic using stateful inspection. That's the reason Checkpoint is known to be one of the best firewalls available in the market. Now, Checkpoint firewall basically is a software firewall, but you also have hardware devices from Checkpoint. And this Checkpoint software, whether you go with the software instance of Checkpoint or whether you go with the hardware device from Checkpoint, in both cases, Checkpoint software, the actual software which is running inside your firewall device also, has different modules, and each module is designed to do a very specific task. So when you speak of different modules in Checkpoint, we have three modules, namely the GUI, the graphical user interface, the management server, and the firewall. Now, today, if you speak of majority of the firewalls, you don't have a command line interface for doing any configuration. So you'll not be able to type some commands and do the configurations on firewall. Everything has to be done using a graphical user interface. So in terms of Checkpoint, we have something called Smart Console. So there is a software called Smart Console, which we will be installing on our computer. And using this, we connect to the firewall, we write our policies, we implement them, and we also monitor what is happening on the firewall. We will be looking into the logs and everything using the Smart Console, right? So Smart Console is a user interface using which administrator can communicate to the firewall. And the management server, this is the one which actually does inspection of all the policies. So whatever policy we write, management server is going to inspect and check logically, is this policy correct or not. So maybe in my organization, I'm already having some set of policies. So when I write a new policy, job of a management server is to check if this policy is correct or not. Right? Not only looking into the syntax, it is also looking into the logical concept. Whether logically is this policy correct or not. If something is wrong, it will give us a notification saying this policy cannot be implemented because this is the reason. Right? And finally, you have the firewall module, which is the one who is actually monitoring and inspecting each and every incoming and outgoing package and implementing your security policy. So all the security policy will be implemented by the firewall module, which will see if this policy has to be applied. If this is applied, what is the action? So packet is matching with rule number 1. So what should I do? Should I accept it or deny it? If it is given as accept, it will accept and let it pass through. If it is given as deny, firewall will drop it. So these are like the three different modules which we have in Checkpoint, right? So let me show you with the interface of the Checkpoint UTM and how we can do the configurations on this particular checkpoint. So I guess you're all able to view my screen, guys. Mr. Mohammed, Mr. Krishna, Mr. Faisal. Yeah, you're all okay. You're all able to view the screen, right? Yeah, thank you. So here, as I said, if you have to interact with the firewall, right, you need a smart console. So this is how the smart console application looks like. So here, if you see, you have various tabs. So you have something like gateways and servers where you'll be able to see your firewall devices and all. Security policies where you start writing some rules, right, using which you control the traffic flow, whether you are accepting or denying something. So here, if you see, I have written a policy which says if requests are initiated by the LAN network computers, right, and they are trying to reach something on internet, it has to be permitted. But at the same time, I'm writing one more policy above this which says if LAN network users or LAN network computers are trying to access any website which falls under the shopping category, like say your eBay, Amazon, Flipkart kind of stuff, right? If they are accessing some website which comes under online shopping category, that has to be blocked. So I'm permitting my LAN network users to access internet, but at the same time, I don't want these users to access shopping websites. So to do that, I'm going to implement some restrictions. So let us see if I will be able to access those website or not. Now let me say I want to access zoomgroup.com. Okay, so here as we see, we are able to access this particular web page, zoomgroup.com, right? Now in the same time, let me also try to access something like www.ebay.com. So here as you see, instead of getting access to that ebay.com web page, we got a block page from the gateway which says you're trying to access ebay.com, which is not permitted because it belongs to a shopping category, right? So as an administrator, we will be able to control what kind of URLs or what category of URLs will be accessible to the user and what will not be accessible to the user, right? So not only controlling this, We will also be able to monitor them in the logs, right? So at the same time, here I have written a policy. So in Checkpoint, you also have a option to permit or deny traffic based on a specific geolocation, based on a specific country or a region. You can take a decision whether you have to permit or deny traffic to it. So here I've written a simple policy which says if there is a request going out from my network to some resource or to some server which is hosted in China, that should not be accepted. It has to be blocked, right? So I've written a policy here. Now let me try to access some website which is hosted in China. We'll see if we can get access to that particular website, the resource or not. So as you see, it's not permitting us to get connected. Let us try with a different uh, website. So I'm going on with this website, eastday.com. So even this one, we are unable to get connected, right? So that's because we have a policy here in the Smart Console, which says if request is coming in from our LAN network, trying to reach some server which is hosted in this region, China, it should not be permitted. Good. Now let us go to the logs and see if we are able to monitor this blocked connections or not. So logs are a way for an administrator to identify what all things have been permitted or what all things have been dropped, right? Okay, so here, as you see, we are able to see some logs. So I'm just trying to refresh this. Yeah. So now we have the logs. So we are able to get these ones. Now see, you're trying to access some server in China, right? And that has been blocked. You are able to view that particular log, right? So it is showing us with all the logs. So you can also just try to double click on that. It gives you a clear information. So it says that this particular incident has happened now at 11:12, right? And the source is 192.168.10.10, which is my LAN computer. So this is my LAN computer 192.168.10.10. So from this computer, it says you have a request trying to reach some server with IP address 222.73.244.10, right? And this particular server is hosted in China. And who is blocking it? The geo protection module is blocking it. So like this, whether some request has been accepted or some request has been denied, everything will be recorded in your firewall. Now see here, there was some other request from my LAN computer to reach something on internet. Firewall has accepted this. Firewall has permitted it, right? So it says the action taken is accept, but has been permitted, right? And it is also telling you which policy is permitting that. So it says the policy is rule number 3, name internet access. So we can go back into the security policy and see what actually is that. So it says rule number 3, internet access says from LAN network, if there is a request trying to reach something on internet should be permitted. So it is matching this particular rule, and because of this, firewall is accepting the policy, right? And in the same way, when I'm trying to access some website like East Day, or maybe when I'm trying to access Air China, because that restriction says if you are accessing something hosted in China should be blocked, because of the geo policy, it is being blocked. And in the logs, we are also able to see that, right? So using a firewall or using a unified threat management device like Checkpoint, we will be able to control the outgoing as well as incoming traffic. And even if we are hosting some servers and all, and if there is someone who is trying to launch an attack and compromise your servers, we are also going to stop that attacks using the intrusion prevention or the IPS modules in Checkpoint. So Checkpoint gives you with various options. So Checkpoint actually calls them as a blade. So blade is nothing but a feature in terms of checkpoint. So it gives you various blades like VPNs, remote access VPNs, intrusion prevention, anti-bot, antivirus, right? URL filtering, application control, monitoring, bandwidth restrictions, right? So using these features provided in checkpoint, an administrator will be able to control what actually happens in an organization network. And even if someone is trying to launch an attack and compromise the organization's resource, administrator will be able to identify them, identify the kind of attack that is being used, and also block it. Right. So how do we design a network using firewall? Where do we place it? What all things we have to consider when we are bringing a firewall into the network, right? How do we try to place the firewall in our network? How do we connect? How do we write policies? How do we monitor that? Is what we are going to discuss in this checkpoint firewall course. Right. So is this clear? What actually we are trying to do in the checkpoint course? Mr. Abdul, Mr. Faisal, Mr. Krishna. Um, yes, I'll be sharing this checkpoint image, right? So you'll also be able to install it on your computer, right? I'll show you how you can install it on your computer, and then how you can write policies and do the practicals also. Yes. So it's not that only I'll be doing the demonstration. I'll be sharing all the required resources, so you can also install it on your computer and do this. Yes, you'll be doing it on a virtual machine. You'll be using a VMware virtual machine, right? Or if you don't have VMware, if you are using VirtualBox, you'll also be able to install this checkpoint on a VirtualBox VM and do these practicals. Yes. So as I said, I'll be sharing these resources, and I'll also help you on how you can set up this lab. Right? Any other queries? Yes, Mr. Abdul. If you are a fresher, see, as a fresher, you will be first monitoring what is happening in the network and all, right? And once you get some experience, maybe like 1 or 1.5 year of experience, then you will go into the next level where you will be writing the security policies and all in the firewall, right? Yes, all configurations you are going to do it through graphical interface, right? So everything in Checkpoint, you are going to manage it through this smart console, right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you all.